Hi, hello, look how beautiful this eye makeup look is. Let's learn how to do it. We're using one palette for this look and I've used it many times before. It's one of my favorites. This is the Anastasia Soft Glam 2 palette. I'm going to start with a fluffy brush in the shade Dusty Rose. I'm going to get it all over the bristles, just like that. And I'm going to windshield wiper motion this above my crease, back and forth, all the way up to the brow hairs without actually touching the brow hairs with the bristle of this brush. Just going back and forth, then buffing a little bit in here to pinch my upper nose, and then dragging it out to give a little bit of a lift, going right over the tail of this brow. Next, I'm going to go into this shade Mulberry on a brush that's just a little bit denser and a little bit flattened. And I'm going to take that, I'm going to pull my eyelid just a little bit, and I'm going to work that right into the crease in this outer V, and then going above it a little bit, right above my pupils. So that way we can really get the color payoff when my eyes are open and I'm looking straight because I have hooded eyes. I'm just going to work this shade all kind of in this outer 2/3 crease onto the outer lid. And I'm also bringing that shade underneath into my lower eyelid and blending it up so it all kind of curves around the eye and everything is connected. Really making sure that I can see what's going on when my eye is open to give that open look. Then I'm going to dip in and I'm going to do that again so everything is nice and built up and there's no harsh edges. Next, I'm going to dip into the lightest shade in the palette. This is shade Tempera. It's like a white, but it does have a little bit of a sheen to it. I'm doing this on a flat but still fluffy brush. I'm going to take some of that and I'm going to really work that into this inner corner to really brighten it up and pop it out. I also drag it up into carving that lid just a little bit to give that definition, and that's really going to open and awaken the eyes. I use this same shade to highlight underneath the brow bone a little bit as well, focusing mainly right underneath the highest part of the arch. I use that same shade to put a little bit of a highlight between my eyes to keep the attention to my eyes and a little bit on the tip of my nose. I actually will take a little bit as well and use it to pop out this area where I have some darkness, and that's also going to add some lift to the eye. You can see what we have going on here. Blending it down a little bit onto the very tippity top of the cheek, kind of to give that cheek filler lifted effect. Next, I'm going to take a smudgy eyeliner. This is the Infallible Grip. This is in a brown shade because when I smoke it out with black, keeping the eyeliner brown is going to keep a smoked out black from going gray. So that's a little pro tip. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this messily in this kind of outer upper corner, working that into my lashes. I'm going to take a flat but rounded smudgy brush. I'm going to dip into the black shade and I'm going to use this to smudge out that liner, and this is going to smudge it, set it, shape it all in the same step just by wiggling it and giving myself a little wing and bringing that down a little bit into the lower lashes as well from that outer corner out, so we really get a nice lifted shape. Using shadow, I'm going to put a little bit right here too, underneath in the inner upper waterline. Using shadow will keep it from getting smudgy and gross throughout the day like a liner would. Okay, next I'm taking a little half lash. I get these on Amazon. It comes with like all of these and they're pretty cheap, and it's just a half lash. And I'm grabbing it and I'm gonna fold it so it makes an S shape, okay? So let me show you. I'm making an S shape with this lash, kind of bending it and getting it malleable. And let me tell you what this S shape is gonna do. The divot here towards the front is gonna curve over my eyelid, right? And then this little part that sticks out is gonna go in and then up so that it fits really well for my eye shape. So it kind of looks like that after you shape it, and then it's gonna kind of curve over where my iris is, dip in here so that I get it, and then come back up so that we get that lift, all while staying close to the shape of my eyelashes. Now, arguably one of the most important things about wearing a fake lash is concealing the lash band. So I'm gonna use just a little felt tip liner. This is the Epic Ink from NYX. And I'm just gonna do a little line across the lash band so that way it's concealed. I'm gonna give it a little bit of time to dry, but honestly, while it's still a little bit tacky, I'm gonna take a little bit of black eyeshadow and I'm gonna marry that liquid liner with the glue in the lash band, smudging and setting everything so that you don't know where the fake lashes start and your real lashes end. And that way when you do the looking down, you're not gonna have any shiny or any like white splotches that are definitely like showing your glue. You know what I mean? And now everything is nice and hidden when you close your eyes or when you blink. Okay, next I'm gonna take a nude eyeliner, but this part is really important. I'm gonna take this is in the nude shade, and this is the Swede Beauty one. I really love this one. And I'm gonna put it just in the first half of my waterline, right underneath the center of my pupil. When I pull down here, we're getting more of a lifted shape. If I put white out here, you're getting more of a drag down shape. So by keeping that in that front half, you're getting a lifted effect with the eye by kind of doing it opposite. Lower lash mascara, it does more for you than it does against you, I promise. Also helps conceal some of those under eye little crinkles, wrinkles. I'm gonna wiggle a little bit on, and I'm also gonna use it to marry my fake and real lashes just a little bit. Okay, now you might be like, Allie, but this eye still looks better than this eye, and that's because there's a secret weapon. No eye look is gonna look its best without the Lumify eye drops. It's just not. Do you see how like the white of my eyes is so much whiter? Like my tear duct is white over here, and my tear duct is red over here. White, red. You need the Lumify eye drops. It makes all the difference. And just like that, my tear duct is white and not red anymore. Okay, guys, and this is the finished look. I'm so obsessed. This is so me.